My name's Mavis Suchi and I'm a member of the Horsley Climate Action Network. That's a local group in Horsley that's trying to work to reduce our carbon footprint. And today I'm here with David Bullock, who's also a local resident in Horsley and who knows a lot about trees. And the reason is that we're doing 3 short videos on trees because of the climate emergency and the ecological emergency have made tree planting a very sort of popular and appealing kind of activity. And we want to explore a bit more about some of the things and the issues behind that. So, our first question, David, is starting with the climate emergency. We know that tree planting is very popular and it makes people feel good, but we also know that it's not completely a silver bullet. I wonder if you could tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, well, let's just briefly remind ourselves what the climate emergency is. What we've got is emissions of fossil fuel, greenhouse gases. Coal, oil and gas produce greenhouse gases which are overheating the atmosphere in a way that's never happened before. We've got a commitment, a government commitment, to reducing greenhouse gases to try and reduce global warming, climate change in this country by 2050. The last so-called Paris Agreement of Nations said we should reduce that warming temperature above pre-industry levels to 1.5 degrees. So that's the background, that's what the emergency is, because if we get more and more climate change, we get more and more extreme weather, we get more droughts, we get more floods, we get things which we can't control which will affect our life. Can trees make a difference in terms of absorbing some of the excess greenhouse gases, specifically carbon dioxide, which is what we're talking about here? Well, trees, like this beautiful tree here, they absorb carbon dioxide, they take in energy from the sun, it's a process called photosynthesis, they make sugars, and that's how they grow. So yes, they can absorb carbon dioxide. My show, not yours. And what they're doing in the process of that is also respiring. So they're also taking in oxygen like we are and pumping out some carbon dioxide. But as long as they're growing, they're taking a lot more carbon dioxide in than pumping out carbon dioxide, which is great. How much does that do in terms of reducing our fossil fuel budget into the atmosphere? Well, think of it this way. You and I, Mavis, certainly I do, on average we are making individually about a ton of those greenhouse gases a year, per year, every year. We would need individually to be planting 30,000 trees every year to soak up that ton of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that trees might absorb. So yes, trees can make a contribution, but it's only a small contribution, maybe 2% of that. Of course, they're important for other reasons, but let's not kid ourselves that they are a silver bullet. They're a small part of a big picture.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to tell us just sort of briefly what the other reasons are that are so vital for planting trees?
So obviously, well, you might not think so, you might think so, but trees like this they've got beauty. They bring joy to us. Yeah. So let's not forget that it's really, really good to have trees around. They make us feel good. They give us shade when it's too hot. They shelter us. They provide timber. They provide fuel and so on. And also in the landscape, they provide connectivity. They help provide the missing links in the landscape through which wildlife can go unimpeded. And we're looking at a hedgerow here, for example, which is a vital corridor for wildlife. So really important in that respect.
Yes. David, thank you. That's a really, really wonderful and detailed response. If there was a sort of key takeaway message that would be, the most important for us to remember, what would it be from what you've told us?
I think look after what we've got, first of all. Care for what we've got. If we want to plant trees, bear in mind that they will need care throughout their very long lives. You can't just stick them in the ground and hope for the best.
Yes.
Most of them won't survive that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. I think you've given us loads and loads to think about. This is the first video that we're doing about trees. We're going to do a second and third one, and the second one's going to be about trees in the community, in and for the community. So if you like this video, do watch the other two that are going to come up. And if you'd like to find out more about Horsley Climate Action Network, you can check our Facebook page, you can go to our Instagram account, or you can contact us to find out more on our Gmail account. Thank you.